Well, hello everyone. This is John, and welcome back to Southern Exposure. Well, guys, 2022 is in the rearview mirror, and here we are right into 2023. And I'm ready to get started on this year. I've got a lot of good stuff planned for you guys with some good food and to show you how to do it. And we're just going to give it our best effort and see how it goes, right? Well, I thought I'd start out this year by giving you guys something to eat for breakfast as our first video. So this is the first one we're doing. So what are we doing? Well, we've got some pancake mix. We've got some sausages. We've got some Johnson jalapeno cheddar links. And we've got some bacon right here too. And all this is going to be put into these hot dog molds. Hot dog bun molds. Yeah. So how about that? You want to see how we're going to do it? All right, well, let's get started. Okay, guys, so I've got everything laid out here, all our ingredients. I've got our meat laid out, which is all pork, it just so happens to be. We've got our hot dog bun molds, and we got our mixing bowl, and we're going to ready to put this all together. Okay, so here's what we're going to start out with. This is 2 cups of pancake mix, and this just happens to be Bisquick. You could probably look over my shoulder and see what I used over here. But this is 2 cups of pancake mix. This one just happens to be Bisquick. So we got this in our mixing bowl. Okay, the next thing we're going to throw in is a cup of milk. I'll pour that in. And I'm just going to set this behind me as we get through. We've got 3 tablespoons of sugar. We've got 2 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We've got 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Get that in. And we've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We're going to get that in. Okay, now we have 2 eggs. No shells, just eggs. There's 1. There's 2. All right. We got that in. We got all our ingredients in. We're going to take a whisk and we're just going to mix it up. Now, basically, you know what we're doing here. We're making pancake batter. It's really the same method most of y'all use just to make pancakes or waffles. So we're just going to get this stirred up and get this started. And we're just going to mix it up real good and get any little lumps out of it that may come along. So this will take just a minute. Now I have some other eggs laid out right here. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with those in a minute. So the total eggs are going to be 6. So 2 of them in this batter, and we're going to use the other 4 in the molds. All right, so we'll get this all mixed up good. Okay. Alright guys, so that's all done. Put that to the side. As you can see, it's nice and mixed up good. You just don't want to have any lumps in it, of course. Alright, so we've got this ready. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fill up our molds. Now you don't want to put any more than about half full. If you go too much further, by the time you start putting the sausages in, it's really going to overflow. And I'm probably going to overflow it anyway, but it's, we're not going for looks as much as we're going for taste, right? So, so this is how I do them. I just get a little spoon, and I'll just start out getting them half full. There is one more thing I want to do that I forgot, and I need to correct that right now. Let me correct that right now. There's one step I forgot. Hang on. What I wanted to do is put some butter in the bottom of these pans. So I got some Parkay butter. You can use whatever kind of butter you want. So I'm just going to put a little bit in it and just swirl it around a little bit. I mean, these are non-stick pans, but the butter will help them pop out of the molds even better. So I'm going to do a little bit of that. Get those separate, set down in there. Okay, I know I already started that one, but it's okay. It'll all work out. Okay, now we're ready. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to fill these up about halfway. And just kind of look at them and judge them for yourself. Just about halfway. Now, once you get them, once you get the sausages and bacon in, if you want to add a little more to it, you can. But I'd rather have a little less to start with and a little more, just to cut down on the mess a little bit. One more. All right. So those are all about half full. Okay. Where is my rag? Okay. So, all right, we got these all about half full. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some American cheese. And what I do with this is I take one piece and I break it in half. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I break it in half and I put one in here, one there. And just kind of break them in half. It's no perfect way to do it. But I put one in the front, one in the back, so to speak. You don't have to use this much cheese if you want, if you don't like. You don't have to use American cheese. If I had a second choice of cheese, personally I would use, it'd probably be pepper jack, because I just like pepper jack cheese. But for the breakfast part, we're just going to do the American cheese. You know, because this is what most people eat. Okay, so we've got that in there. Now I've got a little bit of batter left over. You can always go and turn the, put a skillet on the stove and go ahead and finish this off, because this is basically pancake mix. You could go ahead and make some pancakes with it. Okay, so what we do at this point is we're going to put an egg on top of this. So what we're going to do is put one egg in the middle of each one of these. Okay. No shells, just egg. I haven't got a shell in it yet, so I'm off to a good start. Alright, so that's in there. Okay. So now, let me get this over a little bit, if I can, without making a mess. Alright, get this over a little bit so you can see it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our sausages and our bacon. Now this one is very large and it's probably going to overflow a little bit, but we're basically just going to take this and set it down in one. This one doesn't seem to have as much in it. I'm going to set this down in there on top of it. Oh, I forgot to do another step. So let me fix that. One more step I got to do. We need to separate the eggs a little bit. So I'm just going to move this one around. Separate it a little, like so. You're just basically just breaking the yolks up. Okay. And this is a little extra large toothpick or a skewer, whatever you have will work. Now just break those up a little bit. And as you can see, I put a little bit too much in most of these, and they're going to overflow. That's why you put something under it. They're still going to turn out good. Alright, so I'm going to just do this one around it. And it's still going to come out good. It'll probably just be a little bit more egg on one side than the other, but I don't want to disturb it anymore. Okay, so that one has the smoked sausage in it, and this one is the Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage that I'm going to put in there, on that one. And this is the Johnsonville jalapeno cheddar is going to go in this one. And then this one is the bacon. Now the bacon I did cook a little bit in the microwave just to get it partially cooked. It'll finish cooking in the oven. And then I quartered them up just so I can layer it the way I want to in there. So I'm just going to place the bacon in like that. And you know, you can use any kind of meat you have. I mean, if you have something left over, pulled pork, you know, if you had steak the night before and you didn't eat it all, I don't know who wouldn't eat it all. But if you didn't eat it all, you know, you could do the same thing with that and put it in here. And it would be just fine. Now this is 3 strips of bacon that I have. And like I said, I just cut them up. So they're all going to be in there like so. That's it. Okay, so there they are. And then to top it off, I'm going to get a little mozzarella, sprinkle on the top. Okay. You with me? Alright. Little mozzarella. So we do have American cheese in it, and we have mozzarella cheese in it. It's 2 types of cheeses. And you can use whatever you like. Like I said, it doesn't really make that big a difference. You know, of course, you can experiment with this and do it however you like. And put as much on there as you like. I'm just kind of eyeballing this, and there's no specific amount I'm trying to achieve. I'm just looking to make sure I get enough that I think is going to be good for me, right? Okay. Alright. So we've got that done. So I'm going to take and put these on a baking pan. I have one right. Go ahead and get this pulled out. So we won't have a big grand mess in our oven. I'm going to just place these on this cookie sheet, baking pan, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to set these on here, like so. Okay, guys, that's how that's going to start. Alright, here's what they look like before. Okay, these are all prepped up. That's what they look like. Alright, now you want to put your oven on bake at 350 degrees, and this can take up to 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. It just depends. What we're looking for is the batter to get fluffy, of course, and to get that golden brown look on the top of it. So however long that takes, it could be up to 40 minutes. It just depends on your oven. It depends on your mixture. You know, it's not exactly. So what that means is about every 10 minutes, you might want to just peek in on it and see how it's cooking. And then when you've achieved that golden brown look on the top, you know, and it's kind of fluffy looking, then they're probably ready. Now remember, everything we have in here is cooked. So the sausages are cooked. The bacon is the only thing that's not fully cooked, but it's going to fully cook, you know, being in the oven in another 20 to 30 minutes or whatever it takes to finish. So I'm going to get the oven started, going to get them put in, and I'll show you guys what they look like in just a few minutes. So I'll be right back. Well, okay, guys, here they are. I've got them out of the oven, and I've taken them off the baking pan and got them onto our chop board here. And they've cooled down just a little, but they're still really hot. So I got my my oven gloves on with some regular gloves over them, and we're going to open them up and see what they taste like. Now, some of these are going to have the crust going around the edges. So what I'm going to do is just scrape that off so they'll come out. Because what I want to do is just dump them out, turn them upside down, and then we'll cut into them. So I'm just going to remove that off the sides. And yeah, it's a little messy. This is kind of a messy cook. This isn't a real clean one. I mean, you could be cleaner doing it, but you know, it is what it is. It's not any good if you don't make a mess sometimes, right? All right, so I got this scraped off. Got that scraped off. We'll move all that over to the side. All right. So let's see. The first one we have is the smoked sausage one. So I'm going to turn that over. See if it'll come out. And there it is. All right. And these things are still really, really hot. Ooh, really hot. Okay. And let's see. This one looks like the... this one looks like the... that's a jalapeno and cheese one. And let's see, which one is this? This is the this is a Jimmy Dean sausage one. I can tell by looking at it now. Like I said, you just got to get them to fall out. And they come out pretty easy. You just got to be patient with it. This one's coming. There it goes. All right, flip it back over. And this is the bacon. This is kind of the one I wanted to see because I haven't done bacon before. Now these actually took a little bit longer this time. They took almost 45 minutes. But like I said, you just need to check on them and check on them about every 10 to 15 minutes and just make sure they're browning up nice and they got that golden look and they're a little fluffy on the top and they'll be ready. Okay, well guys, let's cut into them and see what we got here. So this is the smoked sausage one. I'm gonna cut it right down the middle. And take a look at that. You got your egg in it, your cheese, everything's in there. That looks absolutely delicious, doesn't it? Here's the other one. There's what they look like together. All right. And here's the next one. This one, oh, this one is the Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage. It's not in there exactly evenly, but it still came out good. This smells absolutely incredible. And this one is the jalapeno and cheese. Now that looks really good too, guys. Check that out. So the jalapeno and cheese one, it did have cheese in the inside of it and some jalapeno. So you got extra cheese along with the 2 cheeses we added to it. So that looks really good. And then last but not least, here's the bacon. And take a look at that, guys. Now this one I really like. Let me come over here and show you guys. Let's take a good look at this one. Look at this. This is the bacon. See how I layered it in there and you got the cheese and all going on with it? Man, does that look good or what? And it is piping hot, absolutely hot. I'm going to taste, you know what? The bacon is the one I'm going to try on camera. Now let me just cut me a little piece off. I don't want to burn myself. See what this is like. Here it is. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it. It's got that smoky flavor from the bacon. Got the egg in it. Man, it's absolutely delicious, guys. Let me tell you something. Your family is going to love this. You get your kids involved in this, and they're absolutely going to have fun. So that's about it, guys. This is it all in a nutshell right here. So I got some family members inside that'll be anxious to get some of these themselves. So I'm going to bring them into the family. So, but anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to put a description and a link in the description of all the ingredients and everything I use, including the pans that I ordered online that you can order. So you'll see everything I used. And you can try these out for yourself, and I think you're going to like them because they're really good. It smells wonderful. And like I said, there's 4 different kinds of meat I used in these. You know, the bacon, the Johnsonville jalapeno cheese, uh, the Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, and the smoked sausage of your choice. This is a local smoked sausage that I use, that I buy over here in Louisiana. So, but guys, this smells good, and I'm going to go let the family try these out. And I appreciate you guys watching. And if you haven't done so already, would you please consider subscribing to my channel? I'd greatly appreciate it. And it really helps when you guys hit that like button and, of course, leave comments down below so I can see those of you who tried them or are interested in trying them or any of your questions or anything. So I would greatly appreciate any kind of communication you guys can do with me, feedback, whatever it is, so I can get better at what I'm doing. I'm not a pro at this. I'm just a regular guy here in South Louisiana that enjoys cooking and sharing what I cook with you guys. So until next time, guys, this is John with Southern Exposure, and I'll see you next time.